Welcome everyone to today's after church tea time for the sermon from Gabriel about showing up for yourself to thrive in love and purpose. And it's a very cool topic because it's also about our foundation and in so many little areas like every day, what the teachings of union are helping us with, like to really love ourselves, bringing God into every little place or area in our life and to refine that kind of constantly. And I frankly got a lot out of it, like of the sermon, like from all the parts, like maybe the meditation, the card reading, the intro, outro, and like the sermon, of course, from Gabriel. And I'm looking forward to chat with Andy about what we received from the sermon. Hi,
Yeah.
Andy. What did
Hello.
you get?
I also it resonated with me perfectly at this time, the sermon, because one thing that I've been working on, and like a major thing that I've been working on recently, is showing up for myself, and that doesn't just mean in one or two ways, but it means like in all different ways that my spiritual and physical self require for me to show up. For example, physically, I've been working on getting back to working on my body and
Nice.
kind of following my childhood dream of having the body of an athlete. But I'm not very attached to that right now. And I also read this post from Jeff recently that not everybody is designed to have an athlete's body, and that's okay. So we can kind of quote unquote push our body as much as we feel to push it without forcing it. And that feels good. And you can still have vitality, energy, and more motivation by doing that. You don't have to be like ripped and like be an athlete, even though you don't do any sports or stuff like that. So I'm one of the examples that I do sports. So I play football weekly, and for
Mm,
me, it has been really important to work on my body besides playing, because I've been playing since childhood, and I
nice.
stopped playing for like the last 7 or maybe even 8 years, which is a lot. My body changed a lot during that time, and now, and football was always like my passion. So I was like, oh, there is an opportunity for me to play like football again with my colleagues at work, because finally I have a 12-man group organized. And yeah, I started playing again. And in the first week,
Nice.
my like the game is 1 hour, and in the first 10 minutes, I
Mm,
just completely shut down, because that was my energy level. 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I couldn't play anymore, or I was just walking. I couldn't run, because my body wasn't ready for that, because there've been like too many years that I didn't do like intense sports. I sometimes did, of course. It's not like I never did anything for those years, but intense, I didn't do anything intense.
mhm.
And then in the second week after playing football, between the first and second week, I did some exercises at home. And in the second week, I felt much better and much more energy. I was able to play like for half an hour then with energy. And in the third week, it was like the first time that I could play the whole game and run and be
Wow.
really um, on, like in the game during the whole hour, during the whole game. And that felt really good. And I was actually seeing how supported it is to get out of your comfort zone, get out of the comfort of this bed feels so comfortable. Let me exercise tomorrow. Uh, and Gabe was saying also in the sermon that uh, it's Yeah, it feels better sometimes to not exercise because you're like, oh, I'd rather just lay down and I feel more relaxed like this. But if you just remember the feeling after you work out, after you move through that process, you feel much better than you were feeling before. So I also am making a choice to remember that feeling before I work out, and that is kind of motivating me to really do it, even if it's hard at first. But it becomes easier and easier as we keep doing that. Our body really starts feeling the love and kind of celebrates celebrates that love by giving us then more energy and have more just having more energy in life in general. Because at the end of the day, it's like very physical life that we live and we do things, and having a healthy body and having energy during the whole day is really important for also help us achieve our dreams, have that support, have that energy. So yeah, how did
Nice.
you feel about the sermon?
Yeah, I felt kind of like similar to what you shared, and like thank you for sharing, being so honest. Yeah, it's really like letting go of the resistance, like you say, right? And to really feel, even if it's baby steps, but how good it feels. And especially like Shaleia mentioned that too recently, or that you feel like you're in a well of youth, right? It's kind of like going a bit like away. And so you really have to invest into yourself. But I feel like the whole community is like very much moving forward at the moment in this direction of exercising and taking really care of yourself, because before we did so much kind of spiritual work, right? For me, it was also kind of like 7 years, or for others like two, right? That we, the body was transforming with us, and now we kind of go back into exercising more. And I also kind of enjoy now with the new job I have, like morning walks, right? I'm more like in the
Mm,
fresh air. It's kind of like 15 minutes like walk there. So I kind of give that to myself now every day. And yeah, I love like how you mentioned that with the, I think it's soccer, right? Kind of in
yeah.
America, like football. Yeah, because it's a lot of sprints, right? Kind of like back and forth, and like it's, yeah, you have to be very trained, right, to have the condition and stuff. Because I also love playing it like for fun, kind of like for some time, and
Mhm.
also like for fun with colleagues, like in a little hall, basically. And it was a small field, but you could feel directly how much energy it cost you. But I enjoyed it also very much, so I can totally relate. And especially when you enjoy something, it's easier to get over the resistance, right? To just do it. And maybe with music or whatever helps you, like exercising.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's because, like Gabe was saying it, I think with so many successful people, they are all standing up early, kind of in the morning, or having kind of this
Mhm.
routine
Yeah.
before they go into their day. Because at some point, like your energy is required, and when you show up kind of with an empty filled cup, yeah, it feels just bad, right? This experience, I know that for myself sometimes when I felt so exhausted or didn't get enough sleep, your whole day is ruined. Basically, right? When
True.
you cannot take a nap afterwards or something, you're like a zombie, basically. And it's
That's true.
not so cool. Coffee can help for some time, but then you cannot sleep in the
Mm,
evening anymore, and it's kind of this devil cycle. So yeah, it's yeah, so cool like to get your own schedule. And yeah, Gabe was also speaking about that. And I think, yeah, Chrissy also made a post about it recently, and over the years, like how she showed up and was healing around her body. And now it's also for Shaleia, right? She looks so good and is glowing more and more. Of course, she always did, but kind of that Chrissy too, kind of now it feels easier to lose weight, or kind of when you overcome kind of this hurdle. And it's not just the exercising, but like a spiritual point that you come to. You just chat everything, yeah, what you don't need, right? What doesn't serve you, and kind of your body is reflecting that. And I was also seeing Hannah. she was also sharing about, like in the Romance Attraction course, this how what choices she made, kind of like journaling in the morning, like every evening, like a bath, right? To take a bath for herself, and kind of that everybody can do that for themselves, what they need every day. And I feel that for myself too. I was often like, wow, what kind of support I need. And because it felt like it just gets more and more over the years.
Yeah.
And the further you come on your journey, that you just need more support. And sometimes I felt frustrated, but now it feels so good to give it to myself. I was just yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before, at a chiropractor, like for
Mhm.
my spine, for my body, and I
Mhm.
wasn't there for a long time. And afterwards, the energy was flowing again. It was funny. He made the test in the beginning, like kind of to push against his arm or his leg with my legs.
Mhm.
And it felt like almost I have no power, right? When I did that. And then it was just knack, 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 right? In some places. And suddenly I had all the power again. I was like, wow.
Wow.
Because kind of your brain, or it's like in the neck, right? So many nerves are coming together and with your
Yeah.
spine. And suddenly you are in your power back again. I was like, yeah, that feels good. Tomorrow I have like another appointment to adjust something. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, romancing our body
Mhm.
and choosing planet Earth as our home,
Yeah.
creating heaven on earth. Yeah. Is there something else that comes up for you? Andy, how
Yeah,
do you
that's the
feel?
whole part of it, right? And that's so cool that you're going to, I don't know how you say, chiropractic or
Yeah, I learned
practitioner.
it from Chrissy too. Yeah,
Yeah,
chiropractical.
Chiro, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had a client that I was doing some content, and they had a business of chiropractic. Anyway,
Mm.
so I have some information about that, but yeah, that's so interesting that literally your body needs a whole lot of presence. Like it needs a lot of presence in everything that you do, and sometimes the parts of your body are so numbed out that you don't even notice that there is numbness there and there is power there to unravel,
Hmm.
which is very interesting to explore these kind of activities and self-care methods that are out there for us. And it really resonated with me when you said it's really important to get clear on what kind of support we need.
Mm.
Like, do we need a bath in the morning or whatever it's designed for you? Because not everybody is the same, and we need like very tailored self-care practices.
Right.
So for me, that resonated a lot because recently um, I've been saving some money to invest in some self-care thing, but I wasn't clear on what.
Mm.
I wasn't really clear on, okay, what do I need? Okay, do I need to buy some clothes, some really high quality clothes because it makes me feel good and I love fashion in general and brands, and
Mm.
or do I really need something more physical, like maybe start the gym? But then I was thinking, okay, I don't want to push my body so hard. I'm already playing football, so maybe I can do some little fitness at my apartment. I don't need like a whole lot of gym to maybe later, but now then I was asking these questions to myself and getting clear, like what do I really need, like what is the care that I need right now to feel good inside. And I'm still getting clear about that. I feel like I have like a couple of solutions there, but I'm still like not taking any action because
Mm.
I'm letting it process. But I agree with you that it's really important to take that space, take that time to really get clear on what we need to support ourselves with, like nourish ourselves, and so we can show up for ourselves. You know,
Right.
we can have that energy. So yeah, mm, that feels appropriate to do for ourselves, and that designing that lifestyle is very important for everyone, for in their own unique way. For me, right now I feel like it's just improving my physical wealth, being physically wealthy. And just, yeah, whenever I feel physically good, I can wake up easily in the morning. I can do a lot more work. Even if I'm just sitting in front of a computer, the energy is still there. I don't have to carry something heavy to kind of spend that energy. But yeah, it's really important. And what is also important is um, getting clear on your health, like in a scientific way, like you did with chiropractic. And for me, it has been just doing some checkups for my health, like for my blood and stuff like this, and just getting clear on, okay, what vitamins I need more, and these kind of things. So I discovered that this was like 6 months ago, but I'm still healing that. I discovered that my liver is not the best condition, not like to make it dramatic or something, but it needs a bit more care. And I've been focusing on eating more homemade food, not like so processed like fast food, these kind of things. And Divine Dish is also helping with that. And specific recipes are helping with that as well. So that's very important to get clear also scientifically what you need, and then also invest in supplements and things that you need. For example, I have ADHD, and I have got some supplements about that. I've got some really interesting things that I'm noticing long term, how they are helping me in general with my physical health.
Nice. Yeah, it's so important when you're neurodivergent, or I'm also like still ADHD, exploring that for myself and
Cool.
the supplements. And yeah, thank you for being so open and sharing it. I just know, Andy, like with the liver, what can help is eating apples. We go like from the Chinese medicine. I had kind of like a book about every organ and what kind of like sour food, right? Like this, it's supporting the liver because it can also have to do with suppressed anger, like with the liver, or when something is showing up. I
Yeah,
find it so cool what the body is showing you as an ascension tool,
yeah,
and the symptoms. Can
yeah. I
you?
agree. Shaleia shared with me that liver is also in, I think, Chinese medicine. She said as well. I don't remember. This was a long time ago, but it meant something like healing gratitude.
Nice.
So that resonated with me, and it was a big healing piece for me as well, like spiritually. And it's true that our organs, our body parts are all an extension of our spiritual vibration. So they
Yeah.
reflect our vibration all the time.
Right, where we kind of like not meet the needs yet, maybe, or they're kind of screaming for love, right? Or like,
Yeah.
look at me, I want your love, I need your help, basically, and to give them love. And I did that like quite often, or like in sessions with my coach, yeah, to kind of really feel into the body, or when something was out of alignment, and yeah, to give yourself that love there. And it can be very fast that you feel better in this place when you just give yourself that presence. And sometimes even a topic is coming up, or kind of like thoughts, or yeah, feeling, and how much power we have, because we are not a slave of the body, but the body reacts because of our mind and our choices. And it's so cool to experience that for yourself, that the symptoms are just like showing something, and then when you heal, they're going away. And so how powerful we are, basically. Because I was also healing recently about more my autonomy and like my authority over my own peace, because I was getting aware more and more that I also get easily distracted. I think Drake was mentioned that in the intro outro too, like with ADHD, or it can also
Yeah.
happen. And yeah, to have kind of like more proper boundaries and yeah, kind of claiming that peace for myself. And I also like the headphones you have on. I just got myself some of these, right? When I'm kind of walking home or in the household, or to have them on, kind of it's my boundary, or I listen to something and I not get so easily distracted. I can stay more present with myself. So it kind of helped me a lot, like with showing up for myself or loving myself in these places.
Are those
To
noise canceling headphones
yeah,
like fully? Okay,
yeah. But I
really
also
cool.
love the inner ear ones Shaleia recently shared. I also
Yeah.
was thinking about that because there are some that you can wear at night, or when somebody like your partner is snoring or something that you don't hear the snoring. Yeah, so the inner ear might also be quite like comfortable. Maybe some
Yeah.
also like investing in that at some point. There's so much stuff and with technique, right, where it progress to support us with AI and like all this new
Yeah.
technical stuff, and yeah, to claim it for ourselves, like
Mm-hmm.
what's possible, yeah, with the noise canceling thing. And so many people discover their neurodivergency, so it's very supportive, yeah, to
Yeah.
have these to have these things. Yeah, and I also remember like Gabe shared that Steve Jobs, for example, or they had kind of this choices, right, to wear kind of every day the same clothes, so they don't have to make choices in this area anymore. And I
Yeah.
kind of love that there are also some things in my daily routine or where it's handled, basically, right? You don't have to think about it, you just do it, or
Yeah.
you eat this, or kind of like from the money mastery workshop from Jeff and Michaela, where Jeff helped Michaela like to find 3 or 4 breakfast meals
Mm.
and kind of like combine them, or like when it has to go fast
Mm-hmm.
in the morning, or to support yourself, that yeah, it's not always the same, but kind of like play with that. So yeah, that also helps me a lot, like with okay, this is handled, and kind of my new job is also reflecting that, where I feel it's kind of helping me to come more into my life purpose even.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because like everything is also such professional or high standards there. Like everything has its place, like every day. And before in the other job, every day was different. So it was kind of chaotic. And now everything is like divine order. And the customers know where everything is. We know where everything is. And yeah, it's everything is clean, like very high standards there. And you think big because yeah, it's kind of like a lot of customers are coming every day.
Mm-hmm.
And you also learn to serve them and to be present with them, and kind of for me being more social, it's kind of like what helps me. And so
Mm-hmm.
I show up for myself at the moment this way, supporting myself, even of course I desire to live my life purposefully, but I also enjoy like having this movement with my body. So to feel balanced, right?
Mm-hmm.
Running around the whole day. So I miss that part. So exercising is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I also am the same when it comes to being social helps me just I don't know, it just helps me with my energy in some kind of way when I'm
Mm-hmm.
socialized with people that don't are not like energy vampires aren't trying to take like with
Yeah.
healthy loving people with boundaries and everything
Mm-hmm.
I it's like an exercise. It's interesting. I receive energy from social interactions,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also autistic, so I'm very
Mm.
sensitive when it comes to like social interactions. Very selective.
Me too.
So,
Carrie.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree with that, and it makes sense that your job is helping you with that. And thank you also for the recommendation of apples. I did some research.
Mm.
I don't remember seeing anything about apples for the liver, but I'm drinking the water of the cheese. You know, the cheese that the water of the cheese that keeps the cheese fresh.
Oh, okay.
So the
Yeah, I know what you
doctor
mean.
recommended to have a glass of that water every morning, and you really feel like your stomach cleansing up in a way.
It's microbiotic or something, right? Like with
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
something.
Yeah, I don't really understand like what it does in very scientific, but I just feel good when I do
That's
that.
the main thing, yeah, that you feel good.
Yeah. And with my
Mm.
job as well, when I go to my job and I don't have these headphones, but I have some other headphones, like smaller ones, and I'm really in my zone. And when I go to my job,
Mm.
it's like a big corporate, and there are hundreds of people. So I have to take my headphones on when I enter inside, of course, and then it's a really huge challenge usually for me just to ground and focus on work. But I
Mm.
immediately put these headphones on when I'm in front of my computer, and these help a lot. And when I first got these, this was like 2 years ago, and it was like before the neurodivergence awakening, and I felt, because it blocks most of the sound outside, I felt a bit weird just having the entire sound just in my brain when I'm like talking online to someone. I'm supposed to, and uh, I was a bit distracted at the beginning when I didn't know that I'm ADHD or autistic. So
Mhm.
it was very difficult to use these headphones at that time. But then I continued using them. I got used to them, and now they're very helpful because uh, I can see like how they are helping me, and I am focusing on like on the meeting, on whatever I'm doing while using these headphones, and these really serve that purpose very well. Especially with having the awareness of neurodivergency, because you understand the concept behind the headphones as well. So yeah, these headphones, I don't know what other things, but there are a lot of things that help us in general in our own unique way in our needs. Somebody likes to wear a hat when they go out,
Yeah.
just because it helps them emotionally. And I'm not even I wear a lot of hats, but I'm not even taking myself as an example. But I could take myself as an example. But I know that there are a lot of people that like to wear like hats where they are covering like kind of their eyebrows or their
Hmm.
eyes, and it's kind of an energetic boundary when you're outside. Also, when you have your headphones, you feel like in your bubble and you feel good.
Hmm.
Uh, or even like sunglasses, I feel like are a very good boundary to uh, even like having eye contact with strangers, because there is an energetic exchange whenever you have an eye contact with someone. So you need like that boundary to not uh, feel their nervous system, especially since we are very sensitive beings. And if we want to, we can immediately feel how others are feeling in the street. And but this is not gentle to ourselves, of course, because your energy is not meant to focus on that
Hmm.
or do that. So these are all the details and things that support us in a lot of different ways. Like, and it's a beautiful thing to just get clear what is who are
Helping you.
you? Who are you when it
Hmm.
comes to these things? Finding those things that make you.
Right. And it might not work for somebody else, but uniquely for you. Yeah. And to
Yeah.
play around with that. Yeah. I also, yeah, I feel it's kind of a boundary. And it's just, I wanted to say, and Jeff was bringing it up in the latest live class too, that he's
Mhm.
also so sensitive. And before I felt kind of like also not good about myself that I'm so sensitive and not to accept this about myself. And like when you're neurodivergent, right, you take on so much of energies around you
Mhm.
and the feelings of others. And yeah, that kind of like allowed like to flush my peace away, like in other directions and these distractions, and now having like proper boundaries also like with technical support, it's so helpful. I just like with the caps, I loved it when I was running outside and it was raining. It tells you
Mm.
kind of like that the rain is not falling into your eyes, right, when you're kind of like
Yeah,
jogging. So wearing a hat can also help with that and with the sun too. And yeah,
yeah.
like to have your own zone.
Yeah, I feel like when people invented hats, I don't have like scientific proof about this, but our facts. I just feel like it was meant for the sun mainly and for the rain at the first, like more tangible physical things, but they definitely help a lot emotionally as well.
Baseball cap, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, or you don't have a good hair there, so so
Yeah.
hats help. Yeah.
It can also maybe be like with the chakras or like the crown chakra. I don't know if
Oh
it
yeah,
helps too, kind of like,
very good point.
yeah, yeah, to protect that or like to feel kind of more grounded. Yeah,
Hmm.
it just feels good sometimes. And to follow like, yeah, your heart and what feels good for you to show up. And yeah, like we all said in Gabe and Drake, right, with baby steps. And I find it so funny, like what Gabe shared with the go-kart, where he was
No.
just showing up for himself and thinking, oh, I will be the last one, and just kept going and going. And at the end, he was the third because he persisted. So it always pays off. I feel it's kind of like the lesson here when you show up for yourself, because also when you give up, you lose kind of everything what you have built, right? It's so like,
Yeah.
why? Like Jeff always encourages us, like, just keep going, right? Just love yourself and just never stop loving yourself. And so you cannot lose when you never give up.
Hmm.
So, or not fail. You cannot fail when you never give up. So showing up for yourself, and I learned it especially like in this community, kind of from day one, or maybe in coaching sessions or like in meetings, or kind of like, yeah, to really, no matter how you feel, because you will always feel better, kind of like when you show up, right? And you
Hmm.
feel not alone in it, kind of, and very much supported and by the whole community. I'm very grateful for that. And
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
That's
we
true.
all kind of built a momentum together.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Like momentum is built collectively, and when somebody needs a hand, there are people to like offer their hand, which is a beautiful thing. And I also appreciate that a lot about this community because you're not doing it alone, and you have people to support you uh, emotionally, spiritually, or coach, and also people to give you like super not helpful daily life feedback about what they
Hmm.
did, what worked for them, what they tried, and yeah, it's a really healthy space.
Yes. Yeah. You feel very like that, especially like with being neurodivergent, or kind of that you are different or always unconditionally loved, no matter
Hmm.
what, and that you can really grow here. Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Yeah, you can grow, and you can grow without feeling bad about growing. You can grow without the guilt or the shame. you
Hmm.
can you can grow by like fully accepting yourself because you feel accepted by others, and you feel you can grow that with loving yourself unconditionally because also others kind of sh- emanate that because we're all like in the same journey in our own
Hmm.
ways, but teaching is the same for us. Like there is a law, so to say, that each of us follow, but it looks different. But yeah, it's uh,
God. Yeah.
it's God at the end. Yeah.
And everybody can understand each other in a way, right? We can all relate. Like
Hmm.
you see that like with listening to Twin Flame Ascension School Life Purpose class, or with the other students, like or no matter what somebody's sharing in the open forum or like
Yeah.
posting something, you can relate and you get something out of it because we are all one. Yeah. And that's the cool thing. So we all show up for God, basically for ourselves. And I also feel it cool, like, yeah, to learn, not like the world teaches you, right? Kind of like you show up for your boss or like for your workplace, but to really you do it for yourself and you do it for God. You show up for love.
Mhm.
And then you feel kind of more motivated in your power and your autonomy, and that you have your life in your hands and that you're not a slave, basically. Because with God, you always feel free and to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah.
Do you feel also complete, Ami?
Yeah, yeah. I feel complete. It just, yeah, it feels complete. I have nothing to say. It was perfect.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. The sermon was beautiful, and to feel into the topic for yourself, making some new choices maybe,
Hmm.
and yeah, to see it blossom and what will happen because it's so powerful, our choices.
Yeah, like even the
Mhm.
sermon is shaped by the community members, and they are sharing their stories. They're just in the format of a sermon, just like they do in the open forum. So it's still us kind of having a community relationship here with the
Mhm.
Sunday service, with the after church tea time. It's all the community, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's healthy.
Right. It's like instead of going to church or like, yeah, we kind of as a child maybe did, right? It's kind of now, of course, there will be more physical churches, I feel like in the
Yeah.
future from the Church of Union, but joining and especially it's not boring or kind of like what you experienced maybe with the Catholic Church or something else, right? Every Sunday was kind of like, okay, you have to be aware to not fall asleep. It's cool when they kind of sing the gospels or something, but yeah, this is like a fun church, the Church of Union, and with the card readings and the spiritual journey. Yeah, I really enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Like it's just a church with normal people from daily life, following God, for focusing on joy and mm,
Right.
implementing love in their daily life in different ways, in a very open-minded ways, I would say.
Yes. All the
So,
cultures. Yeah.
yeah, not limited at all. Just God being the core of everything we do.
Like, yeah, the whole planet basically. Right, I love it. No matter what religion, everybody's welcome here.
Yeah,
Yeah. And yeah, so I just want to invite everybody, like at the end, if you want to support like the teachings of Union and also learn more for yourself, go to our unionism.org website and you can also donate or tithe if you want to and to contribute to share it with the whole world because, yeah, you know, everybody wants that in truth, like this union with God and to be happy and to be with their one true love and having all the things. So, Andy, one last word. How do you feel?
I feel good, and yeah, just one last word. I would say comment, like, subscribe. Uh,
Right, to the YouTube channel too.
yes.
Thank you for joining us today and have a beautiful rest of the Sunday and take good care.
Bye bye.
Bye.